The American news networks interrupted their coverage of impeachment, the presidential campaign, and the protest in Iran for this. The latest drama from the family of inbreds called the royal family. Oh, and by the way, when I call them inbreds, I'm not being mean. I'm being historically accurate. The royals kept it in the family for centuries. It wasn't until the 1920s that King George V decreed that his children no longer have to marry other members of the family. That's a good rule. In most civilized societies, that's called incest. But King George's edict was ignored by his oldest daughter, the current Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth, who married her second cousin, Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. You know, old habits. The royal family has a gene pool as deep as a bird bath. Look, I understand that the last few royal weddings have broken that incest streak, and that's a good thing, but that is no reason that Americans fawn over these events when we should care nothing about them. I have never been able to understand the American obsession with everything royal, especially the weddings. Look, I have nothing against Will and Kate or Harry and Meghan. They seem like decent people. But I owe them what I owe every young couple that I don't know: my complete and utter ambivalence. Instead, we get continuous coverage of these over-the-top productions with every single little detail shoved down our collective throats. Where the couple goes, what the couple says, the royal dress, the royal flowers, the royal vows. It makes me want to royally vomit. And that's why royal sick bags are one of the biggest items at the royal weddings. You know, just in case you don't make it to the throne in time, complete with a royal toilet seat for the royal flush. Polls show that most Brits are sick of the royals and sick of the royal weddings. There has been a loud and continuous call in Great Britain to stop pouring $60 million a year in taxpayers' money into Buckingham Palace for expenses. But the argument has always been that although the royals have no governmental authority and don't really do anything, they do turn a profit because of us, because of America and our obsession with everything royal. American tourists spend hundreds of millions of dollars every year to visit Buckingham Palace and maybe catch a glimpse of the royals. What is wrong with us? Why are we so obsessed with one of the most brutal bloodlines in history that has looted and killed on every continent? They have promoted princess fantasies to every little American girl for decades. But trust me, the royals are no Belles, Cinderellas, or Snow Whites. The royals have littered history with slave trading, beheadings, and genocide, not to mention several attempts at world domination. And we fought a bloody war to rid ourselves of Mother England. Can't we finally cut the umbilical cord? And that is the only reason I find this current royal drama even mildly interesting. I love that it was an American who was the one who finally snubbed the royal family. Meghan Markle is giving up her title and moving out of the palace with her former prince in tow to move back west. And the Queen was not happy. You thought your mother-in-law was bad. Look, I know, she finally did give her blessing, but what choice did she have? What's she gonna do? Call the royal guards to throw Meghan Markle in the dungeon? The Queen has no power. Meghan Markle is a heroine for exposing that and turning her back on the Queen and the royal family. I suggest we all follow her lead and once and for all turn our collective backs on everything royal. And please, can we do it before the next royal wedding? I'm Larry Mendte. We'll talk again soon.